Indonesia, a country far away in Southeast Asia, is fast becoming EU's new enemy. Indonesia's quest to become a big economic superpower has set EU's posterior on fire. Indonesian President Joko Widodo is going to ban the export of crucial minerals to China and EU to support its local downstream industries. And despite EU's warning and threats, Joko Widodo has stuck to his plans of making Indonesia great again. Hi and welcome, you're watching Outright. We tell you the right side of the story. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for such outright videos. The demand for nickel, a hard silver-white metal, is booming across the world, including in EU countries. The metal is used in manufacturing electric vehicles. And you know what? A whopping 22% of global nickel reserves are found in Indonesia. You see, this country is very important for EV supply chains. In August 2019, Indonesia dropped a big bombshell on the world. It banned exports of nickel to support its local industries, sending EU and China into a tizzy. A whining EU filed a formal complaint against Indonesia in WTO, and expectedly, WTO ruled in favor of the EU. WTO said that neither the prohibition of nickel exports nor the domestic processing requirement conformed with global trading rules. But Widodo, a former furniture maker, made it very clear that he would not be deterred. Instead, from June of this year, the country is going to ban the export of another crucial mineral, bauxite, which is used to produce aluminum. The Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources of Indonesia estimates the country has 3.2 billion tons of bauxite, or about 4% of world reserves. The vision of President Widodo is very clear. He does not want his nation to become a mere mineral exporter, but to develop his nation's economy. He wants to turn Indonesia into an EV exporter, aluminum exporter. He is eager to support the downstream industries and produce more local jobs. For EU, this vision of Indonesia is blasphemous. How come a third world nation is talking about its own economic interests? Furthermore, they can't stomach the fact that Indonesia has so far taken a neutral stance on the Russia-Ukraine war. Indonesia, which hosted the G20 summit last year, declined to issue an anti-Russia statement and also welcomed Russia in the meeting, even as the Biden administration and EU were pressing it to boycott the Kremlin. And now it seems that the mineral war between the two sides, that is EU and Indonesia, is spilling over into other sectors as well. Under new laws passed in December, the EU has banned the sale of palm oil linked to deforestation unless importers can show that the production of their specific goods has not damaged forests. But Malaysia and Indonesia, the two biggest palm oil producing nations, have accused EU of erecting artificial measures to hinder the trade between EU and the Southeast Asian nations. Indonesia and Malaysia have launched separate cases with the WTO, saying that the fuel measure is discriminatory and constitutes a trade barrier. They have also threatened to impose a total ban of palm oil exports to EU, which is, by the way, used for producing biodiesel by European nations. In 2021, palm oil accounted for 23% of the total biodiesel output in the EU. If this source of energy is taken offline, it can gravely impact the transportation sector of EU in the absence of Russian diesel. This trade war between EU and Indonesia is taking an ugly shape now, and EU is set to lose another major Asian player to Russia as a result of this showdown.